What's going on, everybody? I hope you're all having a fantastic day. So I got a few requests in the comments of the Act 7.2 completion guide to do a full deep dive at the Gwenmaster, so the final boss of Act 7.2. So first thing I'm going to do is going to take a look at the nodes that are going on to her. So if you don't remove these will be what you're not dealing with. So the first one is Power Rush. This means that the countdown to the destruction timer is reduced by 5 seconds, but the attacker has 20% combat power rate. So I'll explain what those two things mean later on. The next one is Juiced, which is the attacker gains 300% attack every 10 seconds, but the damage inflicted upon the Gwenmaster for removing plot armor is reduced by 10 or 100%. The one here is Band Aid, which means the Gwenmaster recovers from being knocked down, and she gains a passive regeneration that gives her 5% of her max health over 14 seconds. In striking her while this regen is active, it removes it and also gives the attacker 20% of a bar of power. The Red Skull one here, Gwen Mastery, probably the hardest one. It gives her the Mastery's Mystic Dispersion, Parry, Willpower, and Limber, so those are all very annoying. And then the one I took down here that you won't see, it has to do with the fact that if you land 15 hits on your combo, she becomes unblockable. But also, what's the part of the rule? I think it is that she becomes unblockable, but then for every 10 hits on your combo, after you remove her plot armor, she takes 10 or 1% damage for every 10 hits on your combo. So now we'll go look into her abilities. Just give it a second. Alright, so right here she has 5 million health, and let's start looking at it. So, first off, she's immune to Special Lock, Power Drain, Power Steal, Power Burn abilities, so Doom is not going to affect that at all. Vision is not going to drain anything, so don't try and do that. She nerfs the attacker's ability Power Gain by 75%. She said, I don't know how to pronounce it, but basically she is immune to all ability accuracy modification, and her special one and basic attacks are not able to miss, so you cannot just phase with Ghost. Okay, so this is what we saw before, the countdown to destruction. So it'll be like a gray power sting timer in the top right, and this means that you have a countdown for 30 seconds to try and get everything done, like her challenges. It might not be 30, it might be longer than that, but it's paused, as you can see here, for 3 seconds when the attacker interrupts the Gwenmaster by landing a hit, and then it can interrupt it by a special attack, a heavy attack, combo ending attack, and a bunch of other things can pause it. So after this expires, so if you're not able to complete your phase by the time that this gray timer ticks down, she gets a bar of power, or 2 bars, and she launches a special, and you basically have to retry that phase. It's unlikely that the special 2 will kill you if you have full health, but if you're like below 50%, it's probably going to take you out for the fight. You'll have to restart. And so this expires due to the removal of plot armor, so if you are able to take all of her plot armor off, it will turn into a green power sting, which means that all of her special 2 damage will be dealt to herself. But if it turns red, in the case that you don't complete it, the damage will be done to you. So plot armor is basically this thing that happens after every challenge. So if you're not able to beat the challenge or the phase that you're in, then she doesn't get it removed. But if she does get it removed, she deals damage to herself, like I said before, with her special 2. So you just need to complete the certain tasks within every given phase in order to remove this plot armor and for her to hurt herself, which is really going to be your big source of damage in this fight. And so she starts off in 6 phases, 1 for each class type of champion, and the first one is Emma Frost. So this means she gains her abilities. So she'll be in diamond form, and then it's the same way where like she enters telepath if she has more power than you and stuff like that. So basically she'll gain 1 prowess every time she goes into telepath and add a special 1 bar of power. So you need to build up to 4 of those prowess and then dex her special 1 in order to put her plot armor off so that she deals the damage back to herself. Basically, she has the abilities of Emma Frost, but not the animation. So her special 1 looks like normal. Oh, wait a second. Her special 1 looks like the normal Gwenpool special 1 with the swords and then the gunshot. So it's the same thing there. But you just have to keep in mind that it is going to be inverted controls because that's what Emma Frost does. You just got to dash forward when she's launching it. And basically, once you get up to those 4 prowess on her, you just have to dex the last shot of her special 1 in order to take her plot armor off so she can start damaging herself. So after that, you go on to the easiest phase, in my opinion, which is Killmonger's Royal Necklace. So this is the skill one. So she gets these 60 charges on her that look like the skill icon in MCOC, and you just have to hit her. And if you hit her, one of these charges are removed. She plays extremely aggressively, so backdraft intercepts are almost a guarantee against her. Maybe like one every 100, it's not, but almost every time she dashes in, so you're able to get this down easily. Um, you do not want to hit her block whatsoever, or else she will turn unstoppable and punish you. And also, if she throws her special one, you will get the reverb, but only for special attack damage. So what I like to do in this phase is just don't even throw specials, just keep pounding at her with my basic attacks so that I don't take any damage back and I can get more hits on her. So after you do that, she's able to do the damage to herself again, so you just have to remove those 60 charges and not mess up during that phase to get her into the next one. And that's going to be Invisible Woman's Wedding Ring, which is also fairly easy. So she just gets a big force field like Invisible Woman, and all you have to do is remove this. And basically, if you perform an intercept, it's very easy to do. You just do 1, 2, and then backdraft and intercept with medium light. You just keep cycling that. What I found best is I like to do 3 of those, get 3 Fury, so I have 900% attack, and then throw a special attack. And if I'm lucky and it crits, that will usually take her out of that phase completely. So one shot, easy, done. And also, after her special one, she will become invisible. So what you can do is dex it normally, and after the gunshot, you want to dash in immediately because she won't be able to retaliate, and then the force field will just go down. So it'll take like 2 seconds, and then you'll be able to attack into her normally. But you do not want to attack into her when she has the force field on. So after the force field's down, you beat that phase, and you move into the next one. So this one's Doom's favorite hoodie. It's basically, she has Dr. Doom's abilities, and she can give you energize buffs because you want to knock her down with 4 different ways. So you're going to knock her down with a heavy attack, knock her down with special 2, knock her down with special 3, and the special 1. So all the ways you can knock her down, that's what you're going to do. And usually what I like to do is throw my special 1, knock her down that way, get the first energize, throw special 2, get the second energize, so I'm able to build up to a special 3 really quickly. And then I like to knock her down right before I use my special 3, and then I throw the special 3, so she's done with that, and then she gets her plot armor removed, and you'll be able to finish her. So that is the end of that phase. Just do all of the knockdown effects in the game, and she will be doing the damage to herself via the special 2. And the 5th phase is Vision Arcus's Retro Cape. And this, in my opinion, is the hardest because if you don't have the spacing right after the Doom phase, it's going to be kind of annoying to get this one right. So basically, it's like Vision Arcus, but you want to get the armor breaks on you, but it's inverse. So the further away you are, the more armor breaks you'll get on you. So if you're standing close to him, the timer's going to be paused, and you won't be able to get those armor breaks. So you're going to want to dash back, but also push her against her corner first, so that it's very easy, and then you're good with that. So after this, if she throws a special 1, she's going to get a buff that will give her frostbite if you're close to her, so that will make it harder to get her against the wall, and it also makes it harder then to keep getting those armor breaks on you. So it's, in my opinion, the hardest phase. And once you have 10 armor breaks on you, you just have to knock her down via like heavy attack or special attack, and then that'll be done. So basically, recap for this phase, because I know it's kind of confusing. She has Vision Arcus's abilities, but inversed. If you're close to her, you do not get an armor break. If you're far away, you do get an armor break. If she throws a special 1, she has a buff that will put an Cold Snap on you if you have an armor break and you're close to her. Once she has 10 armor breaks, you have to knock her down with special attack or heavy attack. So that's that phase in its most simplest form, if that makes sense. And then finally, if you make it past that, she does the damage to herself. Gets to the Iron Man phase, where she has 6 passive armor ups, and she gets 1 every 14 seconds. So what I like to do here is you can interrupt her heavy attack with your own, so basically heavy intercept, which is one way to remove the armor up, but you can parry in this phase. So what the easiest thing to do is just parry and do 4-hit combos. So parry, medium, light, light, light. As long as you end in a light attack, she will remove one of her armor ups. So you only have to do about like 6 or 7 of those combos, and then you'll be fine, and you can just do the heavy thing if you want to, because it'll remove one still. And then to end this phase, when there are 0 armor ups, you have to remove an armor up by breaking a block or landing the 4th heavy attack. So when she's at 0, you have to do it again, and then she'll be at the phase where she can hurt herself. So that's basically how you do it. So you have to do all those challenges within the given countdown time that great power sting I was talking about before. And if you complete the challenge slash the phase, you'll see the green power sting pop up in the top right. If you don't, it'll be a red power sting in the top right. You have to redo it. And basically, if you make it through all those 6 phases and you do not kill her, like she still has health left, she's going to go back into this order. So she'll go Emma Frost, Killmonger, Invisible Woman, Doom, Arcus, Iron Man, and then if she's not killed in there, she'll go back and she'll start Emma Frost, Killmonger, and so on. She'll just keep doing that until she's died, those 6 cycles. It's not that difficult of a fight. It's very skill based, so as long as you have your skills, you can do it. It's not like a champion requirement thing. Another great thing is that you get 2 champion swaps before it, so if you want to use a certain champion to try and get her down, you can do that. But yeah, overall, it's not a bad fight. I think my first run took me about 2 or 3 revives, maybe less even, and I'm currently going to try and get the solo right after I stop recording this, so I'm going to have some gameplay at the end to show you what each of the phases look like, if I can get to them. Sometimes you kill her before you even get to the last phase, but I will make sure to show you at least the mutant phase, the Killmonger phase, Invisible Woman, and Arcus in Doom. So I will show you that right now. Okay, so here I am with actual gameplay of the Gwenmaster fight, and I managed to get gameplay of every phase, so I will explain how each is done. So you can see right here, we're about to jump in, and she's going to start in diamond form, so she's in the Emma Frost phase, so we have to get her up to 4 prowess. Now, as you can see, I was talking about before, in the top right corner, there is that gray power sting timer, so when that timer finishes, you want to have her at the 4 prowess, and evade the special, and it'll turn green when I do so. So you see there, inverted controls, just dash back to do it, and see I throw a special as she's very close to her special one, but not quite, so when I throw the special one, it pushes her over a bar of power, and it gives her a prowess. So right here, I'm going to try and push her up very close again. I go for an intercept, get it. Now she's very close, and I push her over with 1 bar. With special 1, I push her over a bar of power. So she's at 3 prowess now. So I'm just going to bait out another special 1, dash back. Now I'm going to do the same thing, push her up very close to a bar of power. And then I didn't get it there because I didn't have enough power for my special 1. So I just knock her down normally with my own. And now she's going to throw her special 1 again, so I just got to try and do the same thing. So get her up in a bar of power. Didn't work again because she has much power than I do, so I try and evade this right here. So now I'm going to have my special 1 when she throws hers, and then I push her over the prowess limit, so she's at 4 right now. You can see that gray timer's almost out, and I just dexed the last hit, so you can see it turned green. So this means that the Gwenmaster is going to be dealing all the damage back to herself, as you can see right there. So next, we're going to go into the Killmonger phase. You can see she has 60 of those charges, and every time we land a hit, 1 goes down. So basically what you want to do in this phase is just intercept as much as you can, because she's usually going to dash in, and you can just retaliate with your intercept, so it's very easy to get those hits down. And you can see here, it's just basic baiting out the specials. She's pretty aggressive in this phase. So this is probably the most boring, most easy phase to finish. So right here, bait out on special 1, so she has like 30 left. So I'm just going to keep dashing into her, keep intercepting, taking down those charges. You can do it again right here, another bait out special. Now she's down to 20 of the charges, so this is a very easy phase. You can see that gray timer in the top right is like not even halfway done, and we're almost done with the phase. So right here, she's got less than 10, so about 2 more combos, and I should be good. The thing I'm going to try and go for an intercept, and then just finish it off right here. So I get the intercept, it's green, and now you can see the damage is dealing to herself, so it's like 89,000 per tick. So the more timer you have left on it. Okay, anyway. Invisible Woman. So right here, I'm intercepting to get my Furies up. So you can see I'm doing huge chunks off that force field. So what you can do here is retaliate special 1. Then I like to parry. I missed the parry there. So anyway, I'm going to go for the intercept right here, get a Fury. I'll go for another one, get 2 Furies, and then throw a special 1. So you have 3 Furies, and you're taking down the force field so easily. It's down. That phase is already done. In my opinion, probably the easiest phase. You can see she's doing 125,000 damage. Now we're going to jump into the Doom phase, so I just got to throw a heavy attack, special 1, special 2, special 3. And basically what I was trying to say before is that the more time you have up on that gray timer, the more damage she's going to deal back to herself. So right here I go for my special 1. I probably should have finished my heavy attack first, but that's okay. Get my first energize buff, so I'm going to be able to build up to a special 2 very quickly. And that gray timer is already almost halfway done, so I know I got to do this pretty fast. I go for the heavy attack, get that knocked down. So she throws special 1, good. I'm at 2 energized buffs. I'm going to go for the special 2 right here. So this is going to count as my 3rd knockdown, and now I just need a special 3. and since I'm going to have 3 energized buffs, I'll get up to it fairly quickly. And you can see that gray timer is almost done, so I'm kind of starting to stress out here. But as long as I throw off the special 3, the phase will be done. And one thing you can do is if the timer turns red, as in you didn't complete the challenge, but then you throw your special 3 after it, it will turn back green, so it will count as the challenge being done. But as you can see, I got my special 3 off in time, so I completed this phase fairly cleanly. So you can see right now, the timer has turned green, and she's dealing that damage back to herself. So next, I think, is the Arcus phase. So this is probably the most difficult phase. You want to push them against the wall, and I actually messed up a lot here. Doing basic combos is what keeps the timer slowed down, and I thought heavy attacks did, but heavy attacks just keep the timer going. So I could have done this a lot cleaner. And as you can see, I was saying before, it's like inverse Arcus, so the further I'm away, you can see those armor breaks are going up on us. Now I stupidly go for another heavy attack because I think it's going to pause the timer. It doesn't. You want to go for basic combos, so I'm doing the wrong thing right here. Do not do this in the actual fight. Just go for basic combos when you want to create space. So right here, you can saw the timer pause for a second when I threw that medium. Now I throw the heavy, and it just keeps going. So I got extremely lucky here. Throw another heavy, and I don't know what I was doing. I'm up to 9 armor breaks. I'm just trying to dash back. So now I'm at 10, and I can throw my special 3 to knock her down. And you can see that the timer turned red, so I probably would have failed that phase and taken all the damage back to myself. But as a result, throwing off the special 3, when she's going to get knocked down with 10 armor breaks on me, it will push us into the next phase. So you can see here, damage back to herself. And now we will jump into the Iron Man phase. So this phase I actually failed the first time, so we are going to cut to the successful attempt. So she starts up with 5 armor ups, and you can remove these by doing medium first and then ending with 4 light hits in a row, and that will remove one of the armor break or the armor ups. What you want to do is have her not throw a special one for the entire phase, because then it will make it much harder to remove these armor ups. So you'll play very passively, try and bait out parries, and every 14 seconds you can see that timer. She's going to gain one of the armor ups, but once you take all of them off, she's good. You finish the phase and deal damage back to herself. And those are all the phases of this Gwenmaster fight explained. I hope you enjoyed the guide. I hope it was helpful, and I really appreciate you all watching. It means a lot to me that I'm already at 214 subscribers, which is so much more than I ever thought I would have. So thank you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one.